Well, looky what we have here. Hello, 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 hello. All
Not
you
expected.
beautiful, gorgeous, stunning people. Welcome back to the Love Letters to Broadway podcast, the podcast that gives you Broadway tips, Broadway tricks, Broadway advice, and the podcast where we discuss our adventures as two besties who are loopy as hell because we have an exciting weekend ahead. This is episode 41, and I'm
Oh.
Michelle.
And I'm Skylar. What
Another
did we
day, another
win?
episode. What?
Let's just right off the bat, what did we win at 10 a.m.
Today,
today?
today, ladies and gents, I performed the miracle,
You would
which
never expect
is
this.
which is winning the lottery for this
Online.
Saturday's performance of The
That's
Outsiders.
right, baby. Look at that. The
I
impossible dream.
Wait, what's the song? Dream, the impossible dream.
The mantra or something?
Yeah, Manila Mantra. I never thought this day would ever happen. I didn't think it's possible to win an Outsiders lottery, let alone there hardly ever is an Outsiders lottery.
Exactly.
I called Skylar this morning at 10 a.m., screaming on the top of my lungs, like hyperventilating, screaming.
I feel like I was like back in like elementary school. Like
You
jumping.
screamed back at me so loud.
I was like, shut up, shut up. We should have recorded that moment. That was so funny.
Oh, we should have. I never thought that would ever happen.
No,
So, just so y'all know, this is gonna be a loopy episode because we are excited as hell
we're
for
so excited.
tomorrow. We're recording this on Friday. We're excited for tomorrow.
Yeah.
And then we're trying to figure out. So we went for the evening show. We're trying to figure out what to go to for the afternoon. But we've had a lot of wins this week. We've had a lot of interesting experiences this week.
Yeah.
And we're going to get to everything. But before that, as usual, we're going to discuss our hyperfixations. We'll discuss our wins. We're going to discuss Broadway news. And then this week's big topic is going to be a review of Pirates, the Penzance Musical, which was freaking fantastic. And that's all
It
I'm going
was
to
the
say.
best kind of acid dream.
Literally, it was an acid trip. And it was
We
like,
you weren't on acid, so
we
I
weren't.
promise we weren't.
We absolutely were not.
But it
But
felt like it.
wait. You want to know why I felt like an acid trip? Can I tell them? Well, actually, we spoiled it at the end of the episode last week.
Oh, yeah, we did.
We spoiled it. We did say it in last week's episode, but we did the night we went. The Outsiders cast was all there too. So between that and the show itself, literally acid trip.
It literally did not feel real. I was like, there's no way this is a random Wednesday.
No, no. And now we're seeing the whole cast again tomorrow because we somehow won tickets.
Somehow, loopy, loopy, loopy. I cannot
Loopy.
believe it.
Wow. Well, I guess let's get into hyperfixations, and I'm sure we have a lot. What are yours for the week?
Yeah. Mine week has been like all over the place, like music wise.
Mm.
At number three, because we did see old friends and it made me revisit this show and now I can't stop. But Sunday in the Park with George, I was
Mm.
obsessed with it when it first came out. I never got to see it, but I definitely watched the bootleg. Um, with Jake Gyllenhaal and I always say her name wrong. Annalie?
Annalie
Ashford?
Ashford?
Yeah. Um, so I love that revival. I wish I saw it. Um, but at three is finishing the hat. I think it still shocks me sometimes that Jake Gyllenhaal can sing that well. Because I don't know. I don't expect it.
Mm.
I love that song. Sunday in the Park with George is such a great musical, but it's so sad.
I wish we could see Jake Gyllenhaal in Othello.
I think I'll just pass out looking at him.
We're never gonna get in. The tickets are over 900.
It's sickening.
Oh, wait. I want to tell them what you did the other day.
What did I do?
Skylar and I are driving in the car trying to get to our parking lot. We had tickets to a show and we passed by Othello. And Skylar goes, "Can I be honest with you? I really just want to scream out the window, how much did you pay for your tickets?" And she was this close. I swear, this close to rolling down the window.
But then there was police and I chicken. But I am curious
Hmm.
because like I don't think I would ever spend that much money to see a show.
No, and I never would.
Not even like a concert. Like people
To
who are
me,
out there for like Taylor Swift spending like thousands,
to me, it's a ripoff.
right? So yeah, I've been obsessed with that. So I was at three. At two, this is random again, but I kind of went back into like my emo phase this week too, and listening to my old playlist. Um,
Mm.
because on TikTok, if you see the All American Rejects are doing random house parties all over the country, and I signed up for alerts, and if there's one in New York, my ass is going, and I will relive my elementary, middle school dreams because I was obsessed with it.
Okay.
Um, so I've been listening to It Ends Tonight. Again, it's probably one of their more depressing songs, which makes sense for me. But I really want to go. If there's a house party around here, I'm going because like
Uh, aren't they going to be touring with the Jonas Brothers?
they're playing with the Jonas Brothers, which I gotta get tickets to that, but it's on SeatGeek, so I'm gonna wait it out.
Hmm.
Um, so yeah, I'm back in my email phase. I've been listening to that and like Boys Like Girls, and it's been iconic. And then at number one, again, because we saw old friends, and immediately when they started singing this song, I was thinking about Jonathan Bailey's version. So getting married today is at number one because I cannot stop, will not stop. Come on, man. He is everything and everything.
I wish we could see him in something. That's like my life goal,
Could you imagine
is to
meeting him
see.
at
Oh
the
my God.
show?
Honestly, Skylar, I don't think I would be able to handle it. Like,
No, I don't think I'd be able to do it.
we struggle even talking to like normal people. Like, how are we supposed to go meet Jonathan Bailey?
I don't know. It's like Nicole when we met Nicole. Like that was
Somehow we did okay.
yeah,
We did okay with Nicole.
we did okay somehow.
I will say I got a little nervous with Tom.
Yeah, oh, Tommy boy.
Tommy boy, Skylar has it on video somewhere. I was just like,
Stop.
I think I did say hi back to him though. He said hi and I said hello.
Oh gosh.
Somehow
I
I
have to
got that
be
out.
there. We were just talking about it. We haven't seen sunset since March.
That's sick. It's really
So
been since March.
yeah, when we saw Rashidra,
It's time.
it was cold.
It is time.
It's literally time. So yeah, that's my weird week. Been obsessed with like throwbacks and all that.
Hmm.
Um, book wise, I finished actually this morning. Thank God I finished it because I did not like it at all. I'm not even gonna tell you the name of the book because I'm not that mean, but I finished my book club book. Hated every second of it. Um,
Oh no.
and yeah, and now I am reading Rebel Witch by Kristen Sinceri, and I love it. So well, it's the second book of a series, and the first book I loved, and now I've been like, because I was reading the Hunger Games series, so
You finished it?
well, Hunger Games, I still have the last book, but that
Mm.
book just came out, so I'm gonna finish this because it's due back at the library in 5 days, so I have 5 days to finish it. I got this, and then I'll read the last book of the Hunger Games, which is the newest one. Um, I finished You on Netflix. Yeah,
Mm.
you don't have to watch it. Like it's very predictable. Everything makes sense. He got what he deserved.
Oh, he finally went to jail?
Yeah, finally.
Oh, Mazel.
Yeah. After a long battle, just killing and manipulating.
That took long enough.
Yeah, and like honestly, I'm happy they're not like this is the end because I don't think I would continue to watch the
Yeah.
same predictable. And I'm watching Ransom Canyon right now. So I will let you know how I feel about that show.
Excellent. Very well. Very well
Yeah,
done.
this is really my whole week.
Interesting
Has been
combo.
I haven't been obsessing over anything, have I? You would
Not
know better.
really.
No,
No,
no.
no.
The usual books.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Okay. Well, I guess my turn.
Yeah.
So my songs, I'm not gonna lie to you, are really all over the place. Like it's been that kind of week where I just
Mhm.
like randomly listen to random music on my phone.
Yeah, I feel that.
So in the number three spot this week, which I've kind of been like jamming to a little bit, is a number that I performed at camp like years ago, and then I was thinking about that, and then I was like, oh, I want to listen to the song. It's Hot Lunch Jam from Fame.
Oh,
Fame deserves more credit. Fame is fantastic. No one talks about Fame enough.
no. I
Maybe
haven't heard.
that should come back to Broadway.
It's
You
probably
know,
time.
it was also a movie and a TV show.
Yeah.
Probably time. If anyone's looking for revival ideas, copyright. Um, but yeah, I was listening to Hot Lunch Jam and I was grooving. Um, and
You're always
then and
grooving.
hmm,
You're always grooving.
I am always grooving. You know, I like my jams. In the number two spot this week, it's a little bit of a struggle because it's not really like a song in particular. I've just been listening to all the music from the Descendants series this week, going back to my child phase again.
Are you trying to manifest Little Shop tickets?
Why Little Shop?
Because isn't Milo in that show?
No, he's in Zombies.
Oh,
I was like, huh?
my bad.
But fun fact, the Descendants cast and the Zombies cast are all going on tour together, so
Oh,
you're not that far off. But I guess to name a few of the songs in particular from Descendants that I've been listening to, I've been listening to What's My Name from the second movie. I've been listening to My Once Upon a Time from the third movie and Queen of Mean from the third movie. And
okay.
also Do What You Gotta Do from the third movie. And I've also been listening to Red from Rise of Red and also been listening to Life is Sweeter from Rise of Red. So those are all collectively in my second spot.
Yeah.
And then my first spot for the week, which I can't stop humming. I cannot
Humming.
stop humming since we saw the show the other night. Skylar, did you know that Old Friends has an album?
Oh, shut up.
Here you go. They recorded it live on the West End when they did the first tribute, like back in 2022, 2023.
Is it different cast?
Bernadette's in it, but a lot of the other people are different. But there's some same people. There's some same, it's mostly different, but Bernadette is in it, doing the same numbers.
Is Leia?
Um,
Leia in it?
Leah's not in it.
Hmm.
But I've been listening to, which I never even saw the show, but like the song is stuck in my head, is the song Company from Company. I loved their version of it. Bless you.
Oh, I think they're
Bless
cutting the
you.
grass right outside. That's not good.
Oh, that's not good. I've been having issues with pollen. I'm so over the allergy season. Um, but yeah, I've just been listening to Company. I love the harmonies on it.
It's gorgeous. Yeah, I never
So
really listened
pretty.
to it until we saw it, and I'm like, dang, I
Yeah.
gotta re-listen.
Yeah, it definitely opened my eyes to a lot of Sondheim music.
Yeah, definitely, which is awesome.
Yeah. So I'm happy about that. Um, and just as an honorary mention song, but it's not in my top three, only because I know you'll yell at me, is the song Gnarly by Cat's Eye that you hated. I'm still jamming out to it.
Yeah, that song hurts my soul.
But it's so good. It's like hottie hottie, like bag of talk easy. I'm trying to learn the whole dance.
There's a dance?
Yeah. Have you seen Cat's Eye?
No.
Oh my God, there's a whole dance, and it's like trending all over TikTok. I even saw a video last night of Maya Boyd and Charlie from and Juliet doing the dance. It's trending.
It's a trender.
So those are my songs of the week. In terms of other hyperfixations, like I'm not gonna lie to you, like I really have not been watching TV. I've not been reading books. I've not really been watching movies. Like I think this week has just been like so busy between like work and life and like when we saw shows and things, I was just like didn't have time. But one thing I am hyper fixating over, which I will be doing. So, some reason my whole TikTok feed has become throwback videos of Degrassi.
Oh my God.
My entire TikTok feed. But it's like OG Degrassi when you have like Emma, Liberty, Manny, Craig, JT, like the OG originals best cast of Degrassi. And I just can't stop watching videos of it. Like I see a video, I click onto the page, and I've been just like deep diving into Degrassi World
What
again.
was Degrassi on?
It was on like Nickelodeon.
Yeah, I didn't watch it. I never did.
Yeah. Have you never saw it?
No.
So I didn't watch it till COVID. Because I found
Okay.
all the episodes posted on YouTube, but now all the episodes I believe are on Paramount and Netflix.
Okay.
So maybe we'll try watching that together because I think I may start binging it again. It's just the
Mm.
thing is like Degrassi, like some episodes are so like, oh my God, like serious. Like you gotta be in the right headspace for Degrassi.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But the early seasons aren't as intense. It gets more intense as the show
Yeah,
goes
I
on.
think that's why I never watched it. Because
Hmm.
we were young when it came out, right?
We were too young for it when it came out. I mean, yes and no. I mean, I had friends that watched Degrassi. I was just like never allowed, which I heard that from a lot of people that they were not allowed to watch it. I don't know.
Yeah. I feel like I probably wasn't.
Yeah. I don't remember necessarily asking my parents if I could or could not watch it. I think I was always told like that's like a no-no.
Did you ever watch One Tree Hill?
No,
No, that's a good one. That's a good one.
I have to
I
look it
watched
up.
that in like high school.
I heard that's good. I mean, I know a lot of people love Gilmore Girls. I've never watched that.
I couldn't get into it.
Mm-mm. You know what I tried to get into? Gossip Girl. I watched a few seasons and I was like done. I was like, this is getting too repetitive for me.
I watched all of it. I didn't like love it. Like I'm not like obsessed with it.
Hmm.
But I think like if I tried to watch it now, I'd be like, oh my God, this is so cringe, man. Like,
Yeah. Like I know who Gossip Girl is. I saw the spoilers and I was like, this doesn't make
yeah,
any sense. And I was like, okay, bye.
yeah, literally.
But yeah, so I would like to restart my Degrassi phase.
Hey, Cindy Lou, where are
I just
you,
tied Chris.
Chris?
I just tied my hair up and it's like sticking up in a weird way. You want me to keep my hair like this the rest of the podcast?
Yeah, you should. Just like that.
I'll do it. I'll do it. Don't test me. I'll do it.
I'm so
Like,
dead.
look, I'm trying to do a top knot bun and it like stuck up instead of sideways.
Yeah, why did they do that?
I don't know. I don't know.
I cannot.
I'm gonna keep my
Um,
hair like this the rest of the episode. But yeah, so I'm gonna restart Degrassi at some point. So if you want to start it with me, you're more than welcome. I'd be curious to know what you think about it. I think you actually would like it.
yeah.
It's very
Oh,
good. The early seasons are like a little hard to watch because they're like younger and it's like they're in like middle school. But
yeah.
then as they grow up, they change the show so it's only high schoolers. So they keep rebooting like re-putting in like a new group of high schoolers and you see like the first kids that were in middle school like go through high school, go to college, like
Oh, that makes sense. Oh, that's
yeah.
cool.
But then you also have like new high schoolers being joined in at the same time.
Okay. Huh.
I think you
Yeah, I
should
don't
watch
know.
it.
Yeah,
I think
maybe.
watch it with me. I need a
Hmm.
show. So, so yeah, I think that's all my hyperfixations of the week. Like, I really don't have any.
It's a good week.
Yeah, I haven't even been playing Toondown.
Wow.
I know. I just I
Just too
haven't had
busy.
time. Too busy.
So I guess let's go into like our week of wins, starting with last Tuesday. We won on Rush. Michelle got into Pirates.
Oh yeah, that was crazy. Wait, no, that was Wednesday.
Wednesday,
That
Wednesday,
was Wednesday. That was crazy. We got what was it like third row?
third row, third
Third
row.
row.
Yeah.
incredible pirate seats. But like even crazier, we walk into the theater. They first send you upstairs, and you see it in our vlog. That like we couldn't find where the actual theater was because they sent us to this lounge area. Then they're like, okay, go back downstairs to go to your seats. We go downstairs. We walk into the theater. Who do we see walking right at us? Dan Barry.
Like the moment we walked in, like it was so like weird moment
We had to
where it's
do a
like
double
you shouldn't
take.
be here.
Yeah, like we had the wrong show.
Yeah.
So that was interesting. And then we get to our seats. Apparently, they all were up in the mezzanines. Like, we weren't like sitting near them or anything. But
Yeah.
like, we were able to see them a little bit, like from the, what's it called? From the orchestra, but not
Yeah.
well. But
Yeah.
um, but we did see them actually when like they were leaving. We were all like we kind of just like and coincidentally ended up walking out around the same time. So yeah,
Yeah,
that was
very
cool
weird.
seeing them. But the show itself was incredible. We loved it. Like
And
Ramin, like oh my God.
it was so funny. And I would think it was 53 each, something
Yeah,
like
it
that.
was 53 each. And you're getting 53 for third row for Ramin, for David Hyde Pierce, for Jinkx Monsoon.
For
Like,
Jinkx
and they
Monsoon.
all were so strong in their like characterization. And I didn't realize that Pirates of Penzance was such a funny show. Like, I didn't realize it was a comedy.
I didn't either. And we were actually dying
I think
of
the last
laughter.
time we laughed that hard at a show was when we saw Shucked.
Oh my God. Justice for Shucked. Yeah, like we were like full on. Like we couldn't control ourselves. It was so much fun. Like even in our vlog, if you see at the end, we're both like, I feel a loopy.
I
It was
did feel
like
loopy, yeah. Why
it
do
was
I,
so
okay, but
fun.
why when you said Justice for Shucked in my head did I go, Justice for
Justice for Shucked.
Shucked?
Oh, literally. Um, so yeah, that started our week on Tuesday. And then well, when do we see Old Friends? It was this
We
week.
saw old friends this past Wednesday. It was a Wednesday and a Wednesday.
We got in right away at 9 a.m. for second row.
Oh my
Second,
God.
right? Yeah, second
It
row.
was second row. Which was crazy because it's like, when are you ever in your life going to be second row for Bernadette Peters and Lea Salonga?
We kept looking at each other. I think we'll review it next week,
Yes,
right?
please, please.
Um, we kept looking at each other and saying, "This is not real life. This is not real. We're not sitting this close. This isn't real. We're not hearing Bernadette Peters sing all these songs and Lea Salonga. Like it was
Lea
like
Salonga.
actually
Lea Salonga, Bernadette Peters, Gavin Lee,
Beth
Kyle
Level.
Selig, Beth Level. Like, how?
Yeah, there was like no way. And it was such like a surreal moment. There was like people in front of us who too felt so honored to be there and happy. It was the
There,
cutest thing ever.
there were these cute, maybe like 60, late 60, early 70-year-old ladies. And me and Skylar kept turning to each other and we are like, that's gonna be us when we're older. They
They
were
were so excited.
so happy, so excited to live life. They even had our same hair color, which is like the funniest
Yeah,
part.
that was so
And
funny.
they were sitting in the same configuration as us, and I was like, that's us.
That's literally us.
We just met our future selves.
Literally. So yeah, that was fun. And then now tomorrow. Insane.
I do want to discuss
I'm
one
sorry to
negative thing that
sniffle in
happened.
there.
It's okay. I want to discuss one negative thing that happened this week. So I had also won this week the lottery for Book of Mormon, and I went with some family. I just want to tell everybody on this podcast to never, ever, ever enter the Book of Mormon lottery. And I told Skylar I was going to talk about this because the seat that they gave me, it was in the mezzanine, but it was like second row mezzanine. So here I am thinking like, oh, it's going to be a great seat. It was so far off to the right side that you're actually sitting behind a pillar.
Yeah.
And you couldn't see the stage at all. I showed Skylar a picture of the view, and it's literally like you're just watching the wall instead of watching the show. And I've never in my experience like sat down like in a seat and like literally could not see even a cent of the thing to the point where I was like actually like in tears.
Yeah.
because I was so shocked at how bad the seat was. And I was like so uncomfortable the whole time. Like,
But the thing is, we did win like in the summer and we sat mezzanine center. So I don't know. Like, I wouldn't
I
say
don't know.
don't enter, but just beware of it.
Yeah,
Um,
because I did read online, like on a few Reddit posts and stuff, that very often this seat is what people win for the lottery. I think we just got lucky that last time.
yeah, I don't know. Yeah, that's crazy.
So yeah, like I highly recommend, like I would go on viewfrommyseat.com. You can actually see the seat. It was like B like I think 26 or 28 in the mezzanine on the right side. You could see what the view was like. It especially when people were sitting in the box because they also had that too, like right in front of the seat. So you had the pillar on one side, you had people sitting in the box on the other. All I saw was this little hut on the far left of the stage. So I highly recommend you look at just get an idea of what you may get before you enter.
Do you get refunded?
No, I mean it says no refunds on it. But what made me really upset is during intermission, I went to go look at the box office to
Yeah.
see if I could talk with them. I really was upset, and they
Yeah.
closed all the windows. You couldn't even go up to the box office.
Oh, wow.
Um, I should have said something as soon as I sat down, but there was also so much traffic driving in. Like we got there with less than a minute to spare, which you know is not how I
Wow.
like going to shows too.
Yeah, no.
So
Yeah, that's why tomorrow we gotta like book it out of get there early just to be
yeah,
safe.
I'd rather just get there and hang out.
Yeah. But
Um,
okay, so we'll update you on, I mean, you'll see it on our TikToks and stuff if we see an afternoon show. So pray for us. We're really hoping.
mhm.
Um, but let's get into some Broadway news. Something so exciting that me and you cannot even fathom that this is like real life.
I don't know
What
how this
is
is real
it?
life. On this week, actually, starting Tuesday, Mr. Derek Klena is going
Oh
to be
my God.
back in Wicked as Fiero, only from May 27th to June 8th. Skylar and I will be there. Will you be there? You should be there. We will be
Yeah.
there
We're gonna enter the lottery every day.
every day.
Now,
I'm
if we
tempted.
don't, yeah,
Yeah,
I think we're gonna say the same thing.
we're tempted to look to buy tickets.
I yeah, but I was gonna say if like I don't see if we don't get tickets for my birthday, I'd be so okay with going to Wicked.
Oh, I think we should go to Wicked for your birthday.
I
Okay,
will like pass out.
I want close seats. I got
Literally,
Wicked tickets right now. Like,
unwell. Like what? When I saw that, I was like, this isn't real life. Like this is not real. I never thought that would happen.
Derek
And we
Klena,
just
like,
said like we miss him on Broadway.
mhm. We did.
We literally did. And I sent
How
you
did
him
we?
singing Roxanne.
How did we? I think we manifested it again.
That man,
Wicked tickets aren't bad. Like, they have front row seats available for $160.
that's not too bad.
Maybe we should keep an eye out.
For what day?
Your birthday.
Oh, wow. Oh,
Mm,
okay.
mm.
Hmm.
Oh,
Not
and
bad.
they have even more tickets available on the Friday. Wow. They have it's considered partial view, but it's really not partial view. Second row for 128 for
Oh,
Friday night.
I could be tempted. That's not bad.
For Wicked?
Maybe we should stop at the box office.
That's a good idea. Because hold on, is
We've
this
been very into stopping at the box office lately.
well, because actually without the fees, the seat is only 115.
Okay, so we got all right.
Second row.
Put it on our list. We're doing that.
Okay. Second row for Derek Klana.
We'll pass out.
I don't know if I can handle it.
As long as you're mine. Okay, goodbye. We're going. Okay.
Okay,
Do
so
you,
see, that's the thing then. We also need to make sure we're sitting on the left side of the stage so that we're on the left during As Long as You're Mine.
yeah.
And when he's making out with Glinda. Oh,
Guys, stop. I can't talk about it. I can't. We need to go.
we're going. It's not even need to go. We're going.
Yeah, we're going. Okay. We're buying tickets tomorrow. We have to stop at Hadestown and there.
Yeah, we're
Two
trying to
stops.
we have a few stops we got to make tomorrow. We want to
Nothing
prep our next
crazy.
few weeks. Actually, for some of the newer shows that we're missing, like from like the Tonys, we should see if we should also stop by those box offices just to see.
Yeah, we could probably do Dead Out Loud because it's right across from Hadestown too.
Yeah. We really only have like 1 or 2 more days to like fit everything in before we have to release our Big Tony episode.
Got lots to
So
do.
we have lots to do. Um, Other Broadway news for the week. Um, so Scarlett Strallen is going to be temporarily replacing Kate Jennings Grant in Old Friends on Broadway. She is a two-time Olivier nominee. She was in A Gentleman's Guide to Love and Murder, Mary Poppins, and Travesties. Um, so I highly recommend going to see her in the show. The show itself is amazing.
It's
Run.
amazing. And she said she's not stepping away for any like injury or anything, so that's good at
Mhm.
least.
Yeah, and
She's taking a little break.
I'm sure her replacement's going to be amazing.
Yeah, like always, right?
Hmm.
Another thing with PBS, we're loving PBS lately. They've been really like helping us Broadway people.
Hmm.
Um, but Broadway's Girl from the North Country, they're gonna have a broadcast. Actually, it comes out tonight, May 23rd. So if you want to see that, it's at 9 p.m., which PBS has been iconic lately.
Girl from the North
Keep it
Country.
coming.
Huh.
I feel like I haven't like the last couple of years it hasn't been like this consistent with PBS putting stuff out.
Yeah, they're on it right now. But
They're
did you
on it.
hear like so now Sesame Street is going to be on Netflix, not PBS?
That I don't like
Or is it
that.
going to be on both?
That's weird.
Hmm.
Sesame Street on Netflix? That's weird.
Hmm. That
That's
was
right.
announced last week.
That's weird.
Do you remember when we went to I don't know if
Yes.
we ever talked about it on here.
No,
We
I don't think
went
so.
to oh my God, Jonathan Larson Project and we were sitting next to the guy from Sesame Street.
Yeah, actually crazy. We kept looking at each other like, who is this person?
And then
Like, why
somehow
does he look so familiar?
it hit me afterwards.
Like, insane. See, that's what's so cool about Broadway is you never know who's in the crowd.
Very true. Like when we went to Boop and we're sitting down the road from Harry Connick Jr.
Oh my God, I forgot about that too. That's so cool. Or when
Mhm.
we went to drag and 2 seats away from us was Andrew Durand, who's now a Tony nominee.
Crazy. Oh my God.
Sick. We should have said something. I feel too guilty.
You didn't have to feel guilty. You could have said something. You were like,
I couldn't even function. I was like, there's no way. I was like, I can't turn my head.
Skylar likes her little Andrew.
I
Um,
do. You know what? Hi, Andrew.
okay. Moving on. So James Corden, Neil Patrick Harris, and Bobby Cannavale are all gonna be on Broadway. Yes, the Neil
Big
Patrick Harris is
Broadway.
coming back to Broadway. And they're gonna be starring in the Broadway revival of the show Art, which I have no idea what that is
No
about.
idea. I'm assuming it's a play.
I think it's a play. They didn't say musical. We better look it up. Let's see.
It's did you see Neil Patrick Harris last night was at Sunset and he gave
Yeah.
Nicole a hug and he had blood over his white shirt?
Yeah, it was so funny. So it says it's a comedy,
Okay.
and it says, I'll just want to read this.
Yeah.
Emmy Award winner Bobby Cannavale and Tony and Emmy Award winner James Corden and Tony and Emmy Award winner Neil Patrick Harris returned to Broadway in the first revival of the Tony Award winning play Art by Yasmina Reza, directed by Tony nominee Scott Ellis. This sleek, sophisticated comedy is about, well, art. Come see what all the debate is about. Don't miss Art on Broadway for a strictly limited engagement this fall. So I guess they're just debating art.
Okay.
It's gonna be at the Music Box Theater.
Okay.
Um, and the first preview is August 28th. I would like to go.
Yeah. I think it hopefully there's a lottery. we'll keep you guys updated.
I
And it
just
runs
saw,
until December 21st. So that's still, you
yes,
know.
and I also just signed up for pre-sale access.
Oh, great. Okay, cool. So yeah, we'll keep an eye and we'll let you guys know if we find any like partial views that maybe are cheaper and X, Y,
Mhm.
and Z.
It's definitely a goal of mine to see Neil Patrick Harris in person at some point in my life, so
Have you ever seen him in a show?
no,
I don't think I have either.
I really want to see him. I love Neil Patrick Harris.
Mm, I don't think I have. Oh my
Mm.
God, wait, what was the show? Oh, that's gonna annoy me. Oh my God. Okay. I don't remember the name of it. I might have seen him.
Did you see him in Hedwig?
No, it was some. You know when you have the picture of the show in your head? I can't think of the name of it.
Should I look up Neil Patrick Harris Broadway shows?
Wait, I don't. That's gonna annoy me. It's in my head.
He was in Peter Pan Goes Wrong. He was in Hedwig and the Angry Inch. He was in Children in Art. He was in Assassins, Cabaret, and Proof. That's the only Broadway shows he's been in.
No, maybe it wasn't him. Well, that's gonna annoy me. Whatever that show is, it was definitely like off Broadway. No,
Mhm.
maybe it was Broadway. I
But
don't
here's
know. I used to
my
see random
question.
shows.
Here's my question.
Yeah.
Since Neil Patrick Harris is going to be back on Broadway, can we please, for next year's Tonys, get him back as a host? Because the years he hosted were the best years of the Tonys by far.
So good. Oh, I'm thinking of Straight White Man. Oh, Straight White Men. He wasn't in
Mm.
it. I saw though. I did see, okay, sorry.
Are you
I
good?
saw Chris Evans.
You saw Chris Evans?
Yeah,
You saw Hubba Hubba?
I did. And I did see Merrily when Roundabout Theater did it in 2019.
Wow. But hold on a minute. We need to talk about this for a minute. You saw Chris Evans?
Yeah, it was a play.
That man. Holy shit. Oh my God. I
I
love
feel
him.
like, wait,
Now that is one good-looking man. Although I do
yeah.
have to say, I like his partner in crime, Bucky Barnes, Sebastian Stan. He'll have the number one spot in my heart. So,
Remember, I was trying to remember when I saw Merrily.
mhm.
I wonder who the cast was. I'm gonna look that up while we move on. Um, Something super exciting, and it's literally the day after my birthday, and I think that's a sign. But the West End version of Next to Normal, their cast recording is coming out May 30th. And I couldn't be more excited because we were literally talking about that in the car the other day.
I think we manifested all of this. I'm
Jack
sorry.
Black
Yeah.
as Gabe, like, you know, I love Aaron Tveit. I love him, but there's something about his interpretation of Gabe that I just literally fell in love with.
Mm-hmm. I have to really watch the video of it. I haven't seen it yet. I don't know. I
I
really
haven't
don't know
watched
anything
it
about
yet.
Next to Normal. I just wish I could experience it in person for the first time, but I may just give in and watch it.
I have to watch it, but I was telling Michelle actually in the car, I haven't watched it yet because I have to be in the right frame of mind because it really does. It really pulls on a lot of like different heartstrings and different things, and it's very deep and makes you
Mhm.
like really think. So I have to be in like the right frame to be like, oh, I can handle this right now. And that's just me being a little dramatic, but
It's not
it's one of my
dramatic. It's how
favorites.
you feel.
But even like seeing some of the clips of like I Am the One reprise, like it makes me like tear up because of Jack Wolf's acting and the way he grabs on to Dan, the dad. It's like
Mm.
insane.
It's all over TikTok.
It's so good. So good. So yeah, it's iconic.
Um, this week also marked the return of Ham for Ham, which is like the special show, like little show they put outside of the Hamilton Theater. Um, I wish we could go, but they keep doing it on weekdays.
Yeah, today is a German Jordan and Dead Outlaw.
I wish we could have
Have
gone.
you ever gone to one?
No.
I went once.
It was on a weekday? You were able to go?
Yeah, it was when I was in high school. And I think like school was over and they were doing it. So I was
Mm,
able to go because I didn't have a full-time job. But
yeah.
do I remember who was there? I don't.
Mm.
It was so long ago.
I hate that they do like all these shows do these special events like during the work week. Like do something on a Saturday, please.
Yeah, like
It's just
oh,
frustrating.
yeah, I went in June 16th, 2016.
Oh,
Like
that's almost exactly 9 years ago.
I don't know.
In a few weeks.
I don't know who that is,
I
but
can't
like
I can't see the picture clear enough to tell.
I'm gonna screenshot send it. I don't know who it is, but yeah.
Um, More Broadway news. Last 5 years is hosting a special standby performance, starring the Standbys, Noah Kisserman and Asia Thomas. That's going to be June 15th at 7 p.m. It's just to kind of give them the opportunity to perform the show publicly before the show closes on June 22nd.
Are you curious? Or
I'm
do you think carbon
curious.
copies?
I don't know. I'm actually very curious, but I don't want to go back.
Yeah, I don't know if it's gonna be like carbon copies or yeah. Because I would be curious to see if they have different takes on
I'm
Jamie.
sure we'll see some sort of bootlegs.
Yeah, probably.
The amount of bootlegs of Nick Jonas, like, come on.
Yeah, that was crazy. But I can't believe it's already closing. I feel like it just started.
Yeah, it's a little weird.
Yeah. Another exciting news on June 1st at NYU Skirball, what the heck? Yeah, Gavin Creel, Brian Stokes Mitchell will be honored at the 2025 Drama Desk Awards, which I think is like really cool. And I like that
Mm,
Gavin Creel is kind of popping up everywhere.
me too. I'm sure there's going to be a big Gavin Creel tribute at the Tonys.
Oh yeah, definitely. This is random and it's not on our news thing, but I'm just wondering if you saw, did you see Alex Newell do an interview recently? He was talking about like he was dating a man
Mm-mm.
and like he got like taken advantage of.
Oh, no,
You see that? I don't know why that
no.
popped into my head because I think because I read something that he's gonna be at the is gonna be at the Alex Newell is gonna be at the Desk Awards. And it's all over my TikTok that interview.
Oh,
Sorry. That just randomly popped in my head.
hmm. Interesting.
I gotta
I did
send it
see
to you.
Alex Newell doing an interview recently for with some of the other Glee cast members. They were
Yeah,
talking about like their time on the Glee project and what that was like.
that was iconic.
Hmm.
But yeah.
And then I guess to end off our Broadway news segment, we do have some casting news. So there's gonna be some new Anne Juliet casting. Gianna Harris is gonna be our new Juliet, and TikTok vocal coach Cheryl Porter is gonna be joining the cast as the nurse,
How do you feel
which
about that?
is it's interesting because it's not stunt casting I would have
Right?
selected, but I guess they felt like it was the right fit. I'd be curious to see her in it.
Yeah, definitely. But I feel like it was very like weird to me.
I just love the woman who's currently playing the nurse. Like,
Oh
I'm
my
curious to see
God.
what the show's like. What?
The ham for ham, Andrew Duran is just in the casket. Like,
The whole time?
no, he just popped out. But that was his entrance.
Hmm.
I kind of love that. I
You
know,
just
that's funny.
you just love your Andrew Durand.
Well, you know what? I don't get how he stands so still.
No, I don't get it. He doesn't even blink.
Like, that's insane.
Absolutely crazy.
Yeah, Jeremy Jordan's singing at it.
Um, so I guess it's time to get into our review for the week, which is
Yeah, I keep
Pirates,
getting
the
distracted. I'm
Penzance
so
Musical.
sorry.
It's okay. Why are you saying sorry? We're having a little yapping. So As always, this is going to be our typical review where we go through all our different categories. We rate them on a score of 1 to 10, divide by the number of categories to get our average rating for the musical. Our categories for Pirates are costumes, set designs, songs and music, choreography, the book, ambiance slash crowd control, and acting pacing, casting choices, and as always, we'd like to have a little discussion of the bathrooms.
Oh yeah.
So let's start with the
They were
bathrooms.
good, right?
The bathrooms were good. Where were they?
There's single ones when we were leaving.
Oh, yeah, they're not. Actually, no. You know what? No, no. The bathrooms were not great. There weren't
Yeah,
many. And it was like the single stalls, men
a
and
little
women,
yucky.
and like you just you had to wait a long time for the bathroom.
Yeah,
It delayed
a
us
little
going
yucky.
home. A little
A little
yucky.
yucky.
Okay. So I guess it's time to start with our usual discussion of the synopsis of the show. So this show it's really mostly about a young boy
Hmm.
named Frederick who grew up on a pirate ship. His nurse, Ruth, who was played by Jinkx Monsoon, thought he was supposed to work with pirates, but it was all actually
Hmm.
like, what was that supposed to be?
Um,
Um,
Pilots.
Pilots, but she thought he was supposed to work with pirates. So they grew up on a pirate ship, and he said when he turns 21, he's gonna leave the pirates, gonna turn them in to the cops, fight them, and then like win all glory.
Like live an
Even though
honest
he's
life.
even though he's friends with them, like he wants an honest life.
Yeah.
The Pirate King is played by Ramin Karimloo, and the whole joke is that he's an orphan. So anytime like someone he goes to attack tells him they're an orphan, like he just can't attack them anymore. And like obviously they're taking advantage of him. Then you also have David Hyde Pierce, who plays William Gilbert, but he also plays Major General Stanley. Major General Stanley runs this like little village in New Orleans, and his daughters are these like, all these beautiful women that make up most of the village. A lot of the pirates have crushes on his daughters, including Frederick, who has a crush on his daughter Mabel, who's played by Samantha Williams. And it's just like kind of all over the place. You find out Major Stanley killed the Pirate King's dad, and then they randomly bond because Major Stanley lies and says he was an orphan. But then he feels guilt for saying that he's an orphan, and then they're like, "Yeah, we're gonna fight." And then Ruth and the Pirate King come up with this like plan as to how to get Frederick back on their side, and things just kind of go all over the place. And it's like I don't even know how to really describe it because it was such a fever dream.
It literally was. And it's as you're like explaining it, I'm just thinking about the scenes and laughing because it
Yeah.
was so funny. It was like none of it makes sense, but yet it makes sense.
Yeah. Like half the show, I was thinking to myself, like, oh, okay. Okay. Like I
Yeah.
had to follow slowly, then I would get it. And then the other half, I was just like, I don't follow any of this, but this just makes so much sense to me. Like I love it.
It was so funny. Like we were rolling. The things that came out of their mouth, like when he said he was an orphan, he's like, now he's an orphan king or something.
Hmm.
And, like we just couldn't control ourselves. It was so funny.
I also
So
loved
funny.
like the show itself broke the fourth wall a lot.
Yeah.
They came in and out of the audience many times. Like really the orchestra is where to sit for this show.
Yeah. Yeah. Highly recommend.
Yeah. Um it was so cool. Like they did multiple numbers in the audience.
Yeah. I would go again.
I would go again. Let's go tomorrow.
Yeah.
Matinee? I would gladly go for tomorrow's matinee.
Yeah. If we can get in.
So I guess let's get started really with the main review. I think in this case we need to start with ambiance slash crowd control. Because the
Yeah.
crowd control was interesting at this show.
What am I forgetting?
Well, we go in. They let us in early, like very early.
Yeah, which was
And
nice.
it was nice. I did like that. And then they scan our tickets, and they tell us to go upstairs to the fifth floor. So we're
Yeah.
thinking, oh, okay, that's where like the theater is. No, that was like a lounge where you can like buy snacks and drinks and like just sit and hang out at tables, which was actually kind of nice. Like it was
I
nice
really like that.
vibes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I felt fancy.
Yeah, it felt like we were like important. We got a table, some seats. We're
The
sitting.
only We saw a Tony Award.
Yeah, that was cool.
The only thing I did not like is that we did not know where the theater was, and Skylar was panicking.
Was I?
Yeah. This is Skylar. She's like, I don't like that I don't know where the theater is. Is it down that hall? How do we get into the theater? How do we get into the theater? So she gets up, starts pacing around the room to try to find where we get into the theater. It's not there. And then I was like, okay, give me a minute. Let me go look. I go look. I see on the elevator it says that you have to go back down to the first floor to get into the theater.
Uh-uh.
Yes.
On TikTok, which remember I said we have to go down, and you said no, it's down that hall up here. They told us to go up.
Yes, but then you went and you looked and the theater wasn't there. And then you were like, how do we actually get back to the theater? And then that's when I saw it on the elevator.
Yeah, but keep in mind, I said first that we have to go back down.
I confirmed it.
Yeah, but it was very like I don't know. I get weirdly anxious about those stuff, and I don't know
Hmm.
why. I don't know why, but I feel like something's gonna go wrong, and it stresses me out.
Well, because I'm just like, how are they going to tell us when the theater opens? But what
Yeah.
also bothers me is that then everyone had to crowd into these elevators to get back down to the theater. And we were like, we ain't getting in those crowds.
No, and I don't like elevators when they're that crowded. Like I'd rather just wait. So we waited like a good 5 minutes, let everybody rush in.
Yeah. And then we went and we enjoyed ourselves. We had a nice elevator ride, got out of the elevator, saw Dan Barry. Like, how else can you beat that?
Exactly.
And then in the seats, there was no really music playing or anything.
No, there
Um,
wasn't. They should have. They should have just had like a trumpet or something.
yeah, there was like really nothing. But I didn't mind it 'cause I think we were so hyped that like I
Yeah,
didn't
like it was.
notice.
Yeah, like now that you brought it up, like I probably wouldn't have remembered that.
Hmm.
I would say it was okay. I would give it like a 9.
Yeah, I felt fancy. I agree with the nine. The only
There
thing
was
I
no
wish,
music.
the only thing I wish is that they were a little clearer as to where the theater was.
Yeah, but also like everybody was respectful in the audience.
Yeah, no filming. Well, you know what? It was also an older audience.
We like the older audiences.
There was a couple people that were wooing a little too loud for my taste, but
Yeah,
that's a personal taste thing.
that's a personal. Yeah, I agree with that. But other than that, you didn't see like flashlights going because people were on their phones or any of that.
Mm-mm. No, it was actually a very comfortable theater going experience,
Yeah,
which I liked. Okay, so we give those both nines. So jumping back to costumes.
love,
The costumes I love.
love,
The
love,
colors
love.
were bright, vibrant. They matched New Orleans. Like you believed you were in
Yeah,
like 1800s New Orleans.
the pirates
Oh
loved.
my God. I loved the pirate costumes. They were like very whimsical,
Yeah,
like it was your normal pirate, but like you could tell they were fun pirates. Ramin, the whole show was shirtless. Whoever made
great.
that decision,
Thank you.
genius.
And tight pants. Thank
Tight
you.
pants, shirtless, with the chest open. Oh my God.
Great.
You saw him glistening.
It was good. Great. He got on our list. On our list.
He's on our old man list.
Yeah. As soon as he came out, I was like, oh, I probably said
Mhm.
something out loud. I definitely did.
We both were just like, what?
Yeah, like, and I also loved Ruth's costume.
They were so flattering on Jinkx.
It was so simple,
Hmm.
but yet loved.
It was effective. I wonder how involved like Jinkx was in the creating of Ruth's costume, like as a drag queen, and you're playing the role like kind of in drag.
Yeah,
So I wonder how involved she was.
she probably was.
Like I hope they were collaborative. But you know what I also loved? Like the police costumes. It looked like your typical cartoon policeman with these funny little mustaches that are like in the wrong spot of their face and like they're all scrunched up and like but the costumes were so bright and vibrant like in comparison to the pirates. And
Yeah.
even like when David Hyde Pierce came out for the Modern Major General, like he just stood out on stage with this big hat and these rosy cheeks and nose and it was just like you felt like you were watching like like a children's show. Like you were in a fever dream. Like it was just so over. It was so over the top, which I feel like you don't see from Broadway a lot anymore.
Exactly. Oh my God, how great was that? The major general.
Modern Major General.
Oh my God, that was so funny.
But I hope they do that number at the Tony Awards.
Me too. Me too. But yeah, even like the girls' costumes too, they're really pretty. They
I
made
like I like that each girl had a different pattern in her
yeah,
skirt and like her own like color that she stuck with throughout the show.
yeah. It was a 10.
10, absolute 10 for the costumes.
It was so cool. And it was so bright. I just love
hmm
that. The bright colors. I'm really liking it lately.
It was very inviting.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right.
What about the sets?
Oh my God. Loved. It was so cool.
hmm
They had a
Me
pirate
too.
ship. They didn't have a projection of a pirate ship. They
Mm-mm.
had an actual set piece, and I appreciated it so much because I'm so sick and tired of all the projections.
Same. The projections just feel so like easy to me. Like it feels like lazy set design. Like
Yeah.
I loved seeing a real pirate ship built. I loved that New Orleans was really built and it would come
Yes.
in and out. And the way they did the big graveyard in Act Two,
Yeah.
like so much. I mean, like for Act Two, the set really doesn't change for the majority of the act, but there
Yeah.
was so much going on stage, like you couldn't even tell. Like it was
Yeah.
just so
It was
well
beautiful.
done. It was beautiful. And I love the way that they had like I think it was an actual painted screen, like a real painted set, the backdrop of the graveyard where you
Yes.
see his mansion. Like I liked that it wasn't projected.
Yeah, I loved it. And I also like the plank.
The plank was so cool. So the plank goes over the pit, and at one point
Yeah.
Ramin jumps on it and he like scares the guy in the front row. It was so
I
funny.
kind of want to be front row for that.
You just want him to jump on you.
We would get
That
scared if
came out
someone
that came,
else.
that came out a little weird.
That is weird.
Hmm.
That's not what we mean. That's not what we mean.
Although, I
Not
mean,
like that.
uh, uh.
That's what she said. But like that was so funny. That was so funny. And I lost my train of thought because of that. What you just said.
The
Yeah.
plank, the New Orleans scene, the graveyard,
But
the
even like the
projections.
differences between like the like pirates to like their house too, like the women. I like that
Mm,
too. Like there was such like sharp differences. Like you knew exactly where you were because the set pieces changed. It
yeah.
was just really cool.
Like I never questioned it, like where we
No.
were. Even when they revealed the big secret to
Yeah.
Frederick, like the way they had like almost like a little like theater curtain almost come down. Like it
Yeah.
just like it was so brilliant.
Yeah,
Um,
everything made sense.
I give it a 10.
Me too.
Songs and music. Now, it's interesting because obviously these are like much older songs.
Yeah.
And I don't think the regular Pirates of Penzance is like this. I think it's more serious, if I remember correctly, but they added more of a comedy twist for this version.
Yeah.
I mean, the original music from Gilbert and Sullivan, like it's great music, but is it music like you jump to go listen to? No. Would I listen to this version because of this cast? Yes.
Yes. So how should we do this?
I don't know because I don't think I could give the music a full 10 because like some of the music is like
Yeah.
it's not really that catchy. Like I didn't really like the women's numbers, honestly. I didn't love their songs. I like the songs of the men much better. Like I love the Pirate King song. I love the Modern Major General. Um, but I wasn't as wowed with the women. I loved the song that Jinkx Monsoon sang. Her
Yes.
solo was fantastic. I
Yeah.
don't know. I would give songs like an 8.
I agree. Because have you listened to it? I haven't. Because it's not the cast that we saw.
No, like I want this version.
Yeah, me too. Because I
But
really love it.
it's like regular Pirates of Penzance, even the story's a little bit different than this version. Like they definitely made changes.
So that's why people are so upset, right? Because I saw not great reviews and people complaining about it because they changed it. And honestly, I don't think we would have liked it if they didn't change it.
No, I think they needed to find ways to modernize it, but they also needed they with this cast, like you have Jinkx Monsoon and David Hyde Pierce, like you had to find a comedic twist to it. And it is the way they told it is a funny story. And I think that's why people are angry is because it's originally not supposed to be funny like
Yeah.
this. I'm gonna look. Is the original Pirates of Penzance a comedy?
Yeah, because I saw a lot of people upset about it. And as I guess as two people who we never saw it or listened to it before seeing this version, I don't understand why, but
So it says it's usually a comedic operetta, so it's actually an opera.
okay.
So it is a very different version than what we saw.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I hope they release this version, like the music from it.
Me too. That would be nice because that would be the only one I would listen to.
Yeah, we'll have to see. We'll have
Yeah.
to see what happens. But I think either way, I would give it an 8. Like, I
Yeah, I
think
agree.
it was great music, but like, do I think it's like top tier? Like, I have to listen to it over and over again? No.
Yeah, it wasn't like revolutionary.
Choreography, on the other hand,
Loved.
for me was a 10 out of 10. It
Yeah.
was so well done.
Even like the Pirates ensemble, like their dances was insane.
hmm The whole ensemble in general, like when the men came out as the police and they did a whole tap number, it was
Yeah.
like, it was gorgeous. And also the end of Act Two, they do a whole number choreographed with like those, oh my God, what is it called? The
Umbrella?
washboards.
Oh,
When you hang it
washboard.
over your neck. They did a whole
That
choreographed
was so
dance with
cool.
washboards and used the washboards to make noise. It was so brilliant.
That was so cool.
And the way like they choreographed, like they're brushing their washboard, they're brushing the other one, like it
I don't know how they do it.
it was so cool. And also I thought already from like the opening number, like we were so intrigued
Oh, was it?
because of the
Yeah, we were
choreography.
not even like questioning anything.
No.
Like we were literally like, oh. But it was so funny. Like when they came out with the wash bars, I looked at Michelle, I was like, what is going on? Like, why
hmm
is this happening? But it was so cool.
We were not expecting it. And even the way they did Modern Major General, like they have these little flags that hide behind their backs and they do these
Yes.
arm movements, but it was so aligned and so clean. Like no one messed up. Like when they had to flip it behind their backs, they flipped it instantly. Like I felt like we were almost watching the Rockettes.
Yeah, I don't know how they do it.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, it's a 10.
10 by far. What did you think of the actual book?
Um, so I think the book at points I was a little confused,
hmm
and I think the story is very strange when you think about it. Um, but I didn't hate it. Like I didn't have like major issues with it.
Yeah, like there was never a part of the book that I was like, eh. It just felt like it felt a little ridiculous at moments, but I think that was also the intent of this version.
Yeah.
Like, for example, when spoiler alert, spoiler alert, spoiler alert, the way
Mm.
they get Frederick to join the pirates again is they tell him, you actually aren't 21, you're only 5 years old because you were born on February 29th.
Yeah,
And
that was
then
weird.
yeah, and then he goes to Mabel and he's like, yeah, I can't marry you. I'm only 5 years old. And she's so accepting of it. And she's like, okay, I'll wait for you forever. It was so quick. And I was like, huh?
Yeah, I was gonna say the only thing is like that love story to me was very strange.
Yeah, their love story in general.
Like I almost feel like it might not have been needed. I
hmm
don't know. Maybe a little bit, but like not get married at the end.
Yeah. I don't completely understand what was the purpose of Frederick's character in general, except for the fact that it brought
The
Ruth
two
in.
worlds.
Yeah,
And it
I guess
also
the two
brought the two
worlds.
worlds together. Um,
And it's interesting, Ruth's character is supposed to be this old lady, but she's like in love with Frederick, who she raised since a child, which is like a little incesty feeling, even though it's not incest.
yeah, because I thought she was her mom at first. And I was like, oh no,
hmm
she's like a nurse kind of like thing. And I was like, yeah, that's kind of weird to me that we're going with this
Yeah.
storyline. I mean, it was funny though.
Yeah. But then the show also ends like this. Like all of a sudden everyone has their happy ending. The show's over. They all realize that like they all are similar because they all come from different towns and cities, and then it's like
Yeah.
the end of the show.
It was definitely rushed.
Yeah, the ending was rushed, yeah.
Yeah.
And like all of a sudden Ruth's with the Pirate King.
Yeah, I didn't quite understand that. Well, at first I thought that was a storyline. I thought it was the Pirate
Yeah.
King and Ruth.
That's what I thought too, because they were very flirty with each other. So,
Yeah.
but then like they were flirty in the first scene, never flirty again, and then the very end they're together.
Like I almost thought the big reveal was that like Frederick was their son or something. Like,
Oh my God, that would have been great though. Hold on.
right? Like just
Write
like
that
you're
down.
actually our son. Like I don't know. At first that's where my brain went. But yeah, I guess the more we deep dive, I'm like leaning towards like a 6 with it. Because
Hmm.
like it did feel a little rushed at the end. And there were some things that left me kind of like confused.
Yeah, I agree. I think I'm gonna give it a 7.
Yeah.
I just felt like I wanted a little more, but
Yeah,
the parts of the book that I liked, like I loved.
exactly.
So it's hard. Casting choices,
Oh,
again, 10
10.
out of 10. Like I think it's very obvious why we think they're a 10 out of 10 already.
Okay. To the person I saw that said that Ramin Karimloo, whatever his last name is, I can't say, Karimloo
Hmm.
is not funny. You need to take it back now because he's hilarious.
He
And I'm
was one of
calling
the
you
funniest,
out.
he was one of the funniest parts of the show.
He's hilarious. The fact that you said that this person, quote unquote, said, Ramin, he's just not funny. Quote unquote. I'm not going to name your name, but I'm watching you. And I don't trust your reviews anymore.
Mm.
Because he was hilarious.
I thought he was one of the funniest parts of the show. When he jumped
He's
on
so
that
derpy.
plank, he was so derpy, and him, like, every orphan joke, like, I think I laughed hardest at him during most of the show.
Wait, how about with the sword where he's pretending to cut himself?
Yeah.
Like, it was so funny.
I do think at one point, though, he actually cut himself by accident.
Yes, at the end, he hurt
I,
himself.
I saw at the end, he goes, ow, and she, like, grabbed his hand.
Yeah. Yeah. But
I
yeah,
mean, you gotta
I
be
saw that
careful.
and I cannot believe.
Well, that person's crazy. I don't trust them right now.
Yeah, I don't.
I thought he was hilarious. I thought he was hilarious. I thought Jinkx was hilarious. I thought
Ensemble was
what's
hilarious.
oh my God, the ensemble's expressions were so
Yeah.
funny. Like shout out to Rio when he was the police.
Yes.
Did you see his face when he was like tucking in and giving himself like a third chin?
So funny.
It was so funny. Also, I love Nicholas as Frederick. He played like that innocent, naive guy very well, like just like stupid
Yeah.
naive.
Yeah, it was so good.
Um, yeah, casting's a 10 for me.
Yeah, I agree.
And
I
then
love
act
I didn't have an issue with anybody.
No, me neither. And then acting pacing, I think with the material at hand, I think the
Yeah.
cast did a great job with it, honestly.
And they had great chemistry. Everyone had
Mhm.
great chemistry. Even like David Hyde Pierce and Ramin had good chemistry.
They played off each other very well. Mabel and Frederick played off each other very well as
Yeah.
like a couple in love. Like kind of like when like that young love overwhelms you.
Yeah.
I thought Ruth, Jinkx Monsoon as Ruth played off Frederick really well. Like they all like you felt like you really were encapsulated in this world.
Yeah, and that's why we kept saying it feels like an acid dream or a fever dream.
Mhm.
We're kind of sitting there like, whoa. And we
And and especially for pacing, this show was so fast paced. And I think that's also why we struggled a little bit with following along because it was so quick. It was like boom, boom, now you're here, now you're here, now you're here. Now
yeah.
here's this part. Now here's this part. Everyone's running in the aisles. Boom, 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 boom. You feel like you're on an acid trip.
Yeah, literally.
But I liked it.
I liked it too. I don't
10
know.
out of 10.
Yeah.
That's it. That's our scores. So now I'm gonna add them up, total divide. That was a quick review, I feel like.
Yeah, that was quick, right?
Hmm.
I guess because we were kind of like obsessed with it.
Yeah, I really don't have like any
The only
major
issue,
complaints.
yeah, was that we felt rushed at the end, but that was kind of
Yeah. Okay, let's see what our scores are.
all right.
Start
What should we ramble
ranting.
about? What should I rant about?
I think you should ramble about what you want to do for your birthday and talk through some of the different options.
Okay, so my birthday is coming up. Literally, it is May 29th. Um, I'm not telling you how old I am because I cannot function. Um,
Oh my God, you're not even old. Oh, I'm not taking that. Stop it. You're younger than me. Even when you have your birthday, you're still going to be younger than me.
just feels weird. So like we're going back and forth with options. We're seeing The Outsiders tomorrow. So like we probably won't go back for my birthday because it's literally in less than a week. As you know, I'm obsessed with Hadestown, so we're thinking about doing that. Um, we're thinking about, but the problem with Hadestown is we want our seats that we had last time. So we had like second row on the right, but it really felt like first row because nobody was in front of us. And for my birthday, I don't think there's any of those seats available. So we're gonna try the box office. We'll see. But those are kind of the options there.
So we'll see where we end up at some point to celebrate Skylar's birthday.
Yep.
So
As
the
it's
scores are
literally
in.
5:29 p.m. That's weird.
Shut
That's
up!
weird.
Shut
That's
up!
weird. That's
Shut
that's
up!
weird. Okay, sorry. That's weird.
Oh my God, wait a minute! Look at the
What?
score! So, okay, hold on a minute. So usually we round up our rankings, but my score just came out as 925, which we would round to a 9.3. But if you read that backwards, that's 529 at
That's
5:29 p.m. as we're talking about Skylar's 529 birthday.
that's
That's freaking
that's weird.
weird.
That's weird. That's weird. That's weird.
Look at this.
That's a
Look,
sign.
I'm not lying. 529.
That's a sign for something.
Okay, we have to talk about this more afterwards because now I'm like spooked.
Yeah, I'm all spooked.
I'm a little spooked. Well, anyway, our score, you've ranked it a 9.1 out of 10, and mine, once we do
Oh,
the rounding, is a 9.3 out of 10.
that makes perfect sense. We loved
Perfect
it.
sense. Loved it. Everyone run.
It was so much
Run.
fun. We left there on such a high. Like we were so happy. And like
On.
I feel like you need that. Like a nice out of just like laughing. Like just
Yeah.
pure happiness, pure joy, pure like my stomach hurt from laughing so hard.
We needed a good night out at the theater, and to be honest, I think it could compete a little bit at the Tonys. It
I
is
think it did.
nominated, and I still think, I still hope Sunset wins Best Revival,
Yeah.
but I think Pirates can give it a run for its money. We'll see. We're
Yeah.
gonna discuss everything more in our thoughts when we do our Tonys episode.
We saw most of the revivals. Wait, we saw all of them.
We saw all the revivals. We did
Okay.
not see all the best new musicals.
Yeah. We didn't see Audra and Gypsy. That's the only thing. But
We
we're
also
not
didn't
going
love
back.
Gypsy, so
Yeah. We're
not
not
gonna
going
get.
back. So
Um,
another fun note is Heather started rehearsal today.
very exciting. Not thrilled about the casting still, but that's okay.
Yep.
Not gonna lie.
We'll see.
We'll see what happens. Okay, let's manifest.
Yes. Okay, so I'm gonna manifest for tomorrow.
Hmm.
Um, I think we are going to get tickets for the 2 o'clock show on Saturday, May 24th, because this comes out the day after.
Hmm.
We're gonna see Dead Outlaw.
See, I'm feeling a different manifestation.
Let's see.
I'm manifesting we win. We will not we win because we already lost. I manifest that we get tickets to the Saturday, May 24th, 2 o'clock performance of either Operation Mincemeat, or I just have like a weird gut feeling we're gonna end up at Sunset Boulevard. I think we're gonna get really, really good 9 a.m. rush seats.
That's what I was feeling a little bit with
Yeah,
Sunshine.
like I feel like we're gonna get an offer of such great seats that like we can't say no.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I feel that. I also I'm trying to think what else for like the
Because
rest of
that's
the
our
season.
ideal day. Our ideal day is always Sunset and Outsiders in
Which
one day.
we've never had that before.
And we never had it. But we're like, we need to see new shows, like blah blah
But
blah.
like
It's
but like
so
do
hard.
we but like do we really?
It's so hard.
I also manifest, I feel like on your birthday, or like at least like maybe the weekend following, like for your birthday, I do think we're gonna end up at Hades Town in our seats.
Yeah. I
Either
don't
our seats or
that.
close to it.
I really need to see it again. I've been like obsessively like Ollie and they did like a TikTok yesterday Karimloo.
Mm.
I'm like, oh, just loved it.
But yeah, I'm manifesting that. I'm also manifesting that we get like a lot of lottery wins for the following weekend. I just have a weird feeling.
Yeah,
I also have a weird manifestation that something like crazy is gonna happen at Outsiders tomorrow night.
something crazy.
Like I think someone's gonna be in the audience, or we're gonna run into someone or have like a really good conversation or something.
Yeah, I don't know. I have a personal manifestation I'm not saying on the podcast. So, ha ha ha.
No, don't say it on there. We keep those for us.
No, it's personal, and that's
I
me.
I have some personal manifestations too.
Mm-hmm.
But we ain't sharing those. That's for our ears only.
Yeah, for our car rides only.
The two of us scream and freak out. Um, Okay, well, I guess that's it for this week. Like always, please follow us on social media at Love Letters to Broadway on TikTok with one Y and at Love Letters to BWay with two Ys on Instagram. Why? Because one Y wasn't available. And please follow us on Instagram. We have way
Yeah.
more followers on TikTok than on there. But we post more often on Instagram. Like we only post twice a day on TikTok, but we post like
Every
many,
hour.
many, like every hour at least on Instagram. And like even sometimes we go live on Instagram, like once in a blue moon and stuff. Like you guys are missing out by not being on Instagram. So please
Yeah.
follow us.
You get to see what we're obsessing over before the podcast comes out because we'll post like what songs we're listening to and our
Yeah,
mini.
we post like sneak peeks of what the episode's going to be about. You guys are missing out if you're not following us on there.
Yeah.
Um, Also, for all business inquiries, you can reach us at loveletterstobroadway@gmail.com. Once again, it's at loveletterstobroadway@gmail.com. You can reach me 24/7. I don't sleep, but Skylar does. And you'll get her at like 5 and 6 a.m. when I finally do knock the F out.
I don't know how you don't sleep. I sleep so much. Maybe I have a problem though. I was thinking about that the other day. It was like 8:20 at night and I was done. I was
You
like, all
get a
right.
little sleepy. I last night, I didn't go to sleep till about 2 a.m. and I woke up at about 5:30. And that's all the sleep I got. I'm running on 3 hours.
Yeah. No, I've been listening to podcasts to fall asleep. And I remember the first things they say and then I'm knocked.
Mm,
I'm
knocked
hoping that never
out.
changes for me. Yeah, knock on wood.
Well, we need to get a good night's sleep tonight. We're gonna have an early day tomorrow.
Yeah, so hopefully I'm hoping that we just get a really good deal tonight.
Yeah, because I'd rather not rush. If we have to rush, we will, but
No, we're not.
we're officially not, correct? I think I want to manifest that we don't even have like the need to rush. We are gonna find a ticket to something.
Yeah.
But I don't mean digital rush. I mean in-person rush.
No, in person. I just don't want to. I don't know. I
Specify.
go
I
back
don't
and
want
forth.
to. I want to like. I just hate standing there and the wind is bad. It's cold. You do your hair, the whole thing gets ruined. Like I'm over it. I'm over it.
Yeah.
I also think it's gonna be bad Memorial Day weekend.
Yeah, we definitely have to leave early though.
Yes. Okay, I think that's it for this week.
Yeah. Have a great week, guys. We'll see you next week for Old Friends review.
Well, actually, no, I think isn't next week. Wait, is next week gonna be the Tony
Oh,
episode?
for the
Wait a minute.
Tony.
Where's the calendar? Where's the calendar? Do we have Okay, today's the 23rd. Next weekend has to be the Tony's episode. So
Okay,
come in.
sorry guys. Tony's first, then Old
Tony's
Friends.
Tony's
But
and
get
old friends.
excited. Get
Get
excited.
excited. Get excited. Tony's episode is
Big
going to be
box.
good. We're going to be like, our plan is to go through all the categories. We're each going to make our predictions and we're going to see who's more right. So
Yeah,
we should make some sort of bet with it.
we should.
Let's discuss it more. Okay, bye everyone.
Bye. Have a good week.
Bye.